What's up? This is your girl Chanel West Coast, and you're in the mix with Leak Tabs.
Hello, Chanel. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hustle premieres Thursday, July 18th at 9 p.m. So talk a little bit about the show.
The show is going to be the most in-depth look into Chanel West Coast. People are going to get to know me way more than just my laugh. um, you're going to get to see me being a recording artist, being a mother, being a girlfriend, a friend. It's me on every level. You get to know the people in my life, and yeah, it's a crazy ride. I'm just so excited for the world to get to know me more than they have. You know what I mean? I
Right.
haven't been able to really get to tell my story.
Right. So you've been in the reality game for some time now. Last year you was named one of the top 40 reality women in the industry. So how does that feel to know that you're like a reality TV legend in a sense?
It's funny because I don't think of myself that way, especially because on Ridiculousness, I'm a host.
Right.
And so even though it's very real and raw, there's no scripts. We say everything on the fly on that show. It's not really like my life. So I've never felt like that. But I guess in a sense, I am somebody who's always just filmed without a script. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I definitely know how to do things on the fly and just be myself. And I do think that that's what makes a reality legend. I think you got to really be yourself and be true to who you are.
Right. So let's talk about music real quick. So back in 2012, you were signed to Young Money, Nicki Minaj, Drake. You won many awards. You did songs with Fritz Montana and all that. So are you still? I know you're still making music. So are you still signed with Young Money, or what's the route of your music journey?
So that's a whole very long story, but right now I'm an independent artist.
Okay.
I'm still very much cool with Wayne. You might see a little cameo from him
Okay.
maybe in my show. Can't give it too much away. But yeah, I'm very much working on my music, and that's what the show is about. I took a long break from my music while I was pregnant and when I had my baby, and that's what the show is following. It's me going back full force with my music, really trying to take it to the next level finally and get that big first hit all while being a mom. That's what the show is all about, pretty much.
Right. So being in the music industry and being under that label for some time, did you ever feel like you wanted to be like do a song with Nicki Minaj or do a song with Drake? How did that come about?
So I have said in almost every interview I've done in it for years, I've said so many times that I want to collaborate with Drake that I know
Right.
he has to get Google alerts by now. I know for sure he's seen a Google alert. There's no way he hasn't.
Right.
But I've said it a million times. I would love to collaborate with Drake. I think he's just such a diverse artist. I love that he's able to do so many different types of genres. He can sing, he can rap, he can do a pop song, or he could do I will say after this little battle with Kendrick, he might have to go a little more in the pop route. But I'm a big Drake fan and I'm a big Wayne fan. I've worked with Wayne in the studio. He's like such a brilliant artist. And yeah, if I could make more songs with Wayne and finally collaborate with Drake, I think that would be a dream come true.
Right. That sounds good. That sounds good. So, you have a kid, little you have a little girl. Does like she's hanging out with Paris Hilton and all this, and like, do you like does she know?
It's funny. I think Bowie already has a vibe like she thinks she's the star. So I don't think Bowie's paying attention to who she's around, or Bowie thinks she's the star. She's like, everybody's here for me.
Right.
You'll see when you watch the West Coast Hustle. Bowie is very much the star of the show.
Right. So all the okay, so the infamous laugh, the laugh that everybody misses on ridiculousness, but you made a podcast out of it. So where did that podcast idea come from?
It's funny because I feel like for a while I kind of ran from the laugh. I had
Right.
and this is what I've learned, I had a lot of like there's always mean people online. I got a lot of fans, amazing fans who love my laugh, and of course I know that. But then there's these like meanie haters who are like, "Oh, the laugh's annoying," or da da da. And so I started to be like, "Oh man, like my laugh's like hurting me. Like people are bugged by it or whatever." And then it kind of, I started to realize that actually, and it was after leaving Ridiculousness, I realized how much people missed it.
Right.
And the comments I was getting about, we miss your laugh, we miss the laugh, we miss the laugh. And that's when it hit me. I was like, the laugh, that's what my podcast should be called. Because my podcast, I'm obviously still laughing on it. We wanted to make my boyfriend's my co-host. We wanted to make a very funny podcast where it's just, just a feel good time, just like my TV show is. And yeah, with this podcast, we were like, let's just call it the laugh because we know we're going to be laughing a lot.
Right. So you did Love and Hip Hop, and now
Yep.
you have your own show. A lot of people can't do that. So did you enjoy your time with Love and Hip Hop, or you felt like that was just like a little chapter in your book?
That was definitely a very small chapter, but it was a crazy but fun run.
Right.
A little too much drama for me. I'm a very chill person. I felt like I was back in high school a bit, but one thing I loved about that show is how much they showcased my music. Shout out to them for that because when I was on Love and Hip Hop, they featured so many of my songs and it really boosted my streams. A lot of people who didn't know I did music discovered it. So even though I had to deal with a little bit of drama, I was really grateful I got to showcase my talent.
Right. So would you ever come back to Ridiculousness as a guest host? Is that something you're looking forward to?
That's something I can't really talk about because I don't really know.
Right.
Haven't thought about that. Yep, I'm definitely focusing on the future and this new TV show, The West Coast Hustle. This is where I have worked really hard to elevate to. It's been a long time in the making, and I'm really just the most excited for this next journey with this TV show.
Okay, that sounds great. And we know you're producing other shows also. So we're very excited for that. So the West Hustle will premiere Thursday, July 18th at 9 p.m. on MTV. We're excited for that
Yes.
and we can't wait to see what it comes to.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for all of you guys to see it. I'm telling you, it's the type of show you're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, you're gonna feel inspired. And there's not messy drama, but there's still the type of stuff that everybody can relate to. So everybody's gonna watch it and feel the struggle and feel the pain and still laugh and have a great time.
Thank you so much. Have a good one. I'm so excited for this show. I'm so proud of you, Chanel. Keep doing your big
Oh,
one.
thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. You too.